I don't think WWE ever intentionally tries to wind up its fans. Well, not always. I think sometimes they do. Like that time Roman Reigns came in at number 30 in the Royal Rumble. I think that was to wind us up. To be fair, it's pretty funny. But deep down, I just don't. I just think it's a place where a lot of things are forgotten, or someone deems it so worthless they think, we don't have to worry about that. Even though we said we were going to worry about that, let's not worry about that. We can worry about something else instead. However, if you're like me and you buy into a lot of this stuff and then you feel like you get burned, well, it can feel rather insulting. Why? Here's why. Now, what I'm specifically referring to here are the teasers of a storyline or reveal that exist so that you tune in to a television program. And then you tune into that television program and realize that no one's going to reveal anything. And not only does nothing happen, but sometimes it's so bizarre, I have to return to old shows to make sure I didn't make the whole thing up. That's how much I question it. I'm like, well, they couldn't have just ignored it to this degree. And then you watch the old shows and you go, oh no, they are actually ignoring it to this degree. This isn't a one-off thing either, and it's happening all the time. And eventually you start to question why, as I'm doing now, hence why it's the Why series. Imagine getting excited about one of these things, using your entertainment time to tune into this form of entertainment, sitting through the whole show and getting to the end and going, they didn't even talk about it. That doesn't sound like a program you're going to want to turn on again. It does, however, sound like a great way to turn away your audience, sometimes for good. The latest of these bizarre exclusions is, of course, Goldust. Now, I love Goldust, and I think Dustin Runnels right now is better than he ever has been, and I'd like to see him have one last run on top. He's earned it, and he's that good. He's that good. Go and watch him. He's really good. That's why when he did have his vignette saying he was going to reveal a new protege at SummerSlam, I was all right with it. I mean, that's not a main event kind of a deal, but at least he'd be on my TV each and every week, and I could enjoy how that thing unfolded. Would mean I still get to see Goldust, and I enjoy his work, and I enjoy him. Sounds like a lovely thing all around. And yet here we are, and I don't think it's been mentioned since. And if it has been mentioned since, it's been so quiet, it flew right over my head. And I was looking for it. Imagine someone wasn't looking for it, they'd have no idea, they'd be baffled. Honestly though, why even do this? Why even have this segment on TV if you don't actually intend to follow through with it? It's a waste of your time, it's a waste of my time, and in this circumstance, it's a waste of Goldust time. I get things change, but at least come up with a reason and put that on TV. Don't just go, no one cares. You make me feel crazy because I start thinking I made the whole thing up, like I dreamt it, and it really winds me up. I wanted to see this. It's not even the only time it's happened this year, and I'm sure you can think of even more examples too. But remember at Battleground, when we were supposed to find out who had been attacking Breezango? Well, guess what happened at Battleground? Not that. Furthermore, here we are weeks removed, and the skits are still going on with no payoff. Now, that's not the end of the world, because Tyler Breeze and Fandango are hilarious, and they could probably do these till the end of time, and I'd still enjoy them. But come on, why did you even bother again? Why did you have a big sign saying, at Battleground we find out, whatever it said? What if the sole reason you tuned into that pay-per-view was for that payoff? And that's highly unlikely, but if it was, you've got every right to feel a bit pissed off. Especially because you got nothing. Nada. Zero. It didn't even tease anything. I just can't understand whether it's people forgetting or plans change, but either way, neither works. Imagine you're a Game of Thrones fan and Game of Thrones goes to you next week. You better watch next week's episode. It's going to blow your brain. Then you tune in 7 days' time, and all it is the Game of Thrones cast sat around drinking some tea. Well, that wouldn't happen in Game of Thrones. What would happen is they'd drink tea for about 45 minutes, and then in the last 15 minutes they'd all kill each other. But that's not the point. It's still insulting to the fans. You're insulting their intelligence. You can't take these kind of liberties, and it goes back further still, because there were more ups and downs when we're talking about Emma and Emelina. For weeks we were told she was coming, and then she didn't come. And then we were told, don't worry, because she's still coming, then she didn't come. That went on and on and on and on. Then Emelina did come out and go, I'm going back to Emma now, and that was the end of it. It was like one massive joke and talk about boy who cried wolf. We start to learn, well, I shouldn't even worry about this stuff, because the reveal or the payoff or the conclusion is going to be so shit I shouldn't care to begin with. And that's not her fault, she was just doing what she had been told. But I felt scarred by it. I felt like next time I'm going to be a bit on my toes. They did the same thing with Brodus Clay, built him up for years, and then it turned out he was a dinosaur. What even is wrestling? What is wrestling? A dinosaur. A dinosaur. If we delve into this even deeper, we can go back years too. And again, I'm not sure of every time this has happened, but let's revisit King of the Ring 1999. The McMahons were fighting Steve Austin in a ladder match, and whoever climbed the ladder and grabbed the briefcase was going to take over WWE. They were going to be in control. They were going to be the manager or the CEO or whatever. And at one point, Austin was about to grab the briefcase, and it was really exciting, and the briefcase magically went up. Have a guess who did that. Have a guess who got the blame put on their shoulders. You can guess till the cows come home. We don't know. That was in 1999. Even if you don't have the best plan for this stuff, you should still pay it off, because subconsciously you are going to start wearing people down. People will start to believe they don't have to think your TV show is important because you're not treating it as important. Why even care to begin with if that care is not going to be treated the right way? And believe you me, caring is really important. I can go on too. GTV, Hayde Vanson. That $1 million mania with its stupid explosion that was never explained. It's asking too much of the fans, or presuming too little of the fans, to just assume we'll forget. Because not all of us do. I mean, some of us do, but nerds like me, we don't forget. So yeah, can we stop this WWE, and can you just give me a conclusion even if it's rubbish? I'm alright with that. I would prefer rubbish, and like all the ridiculousness we got with the Hornswoggle, remember that? We always went back to Hornswoggle, we had no other plans, than just nothing. Silence is never the answer. It just means I don't know what I'm supposed and not supposed to take seriously. Because there's no rhyme or reason to this stuff. You just make it up on the fly. Did we ever even find out who Adam Rose's bunny was either? I don't think we did. I have so many questions, and they're never going to be answered. Now, don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know what you think about all this. Like, share, and subscribe. Follow What Culture on Twitter at WhatCultureWWE. Head on over to WhatCulture.com. Read yourself some articles. My name is Simon from What Culture, and this stuff genuinely annoys me. Think of all the times we don't know the conclusions of something. No conclusion. And because it's a TV show that never ends, it will never ever be concluded.